William
Whenever
Shatner's been
possible,
around
the
for a
actual
long time.
people involved have helped
How
us
old do you think he
reconstruct the events
It's like
as they
93
happened.
or something.
Gotta be 80.
No, he's like
90?
93.
He's 90?
93 something. Yeah. He just looks good because he got plastic surgery early and he continued it. Incremental. We're going to play. What's the Rescue 911? Uh-oh. This didn't close, though. So we're going to have some issues here.
He made that show so dramatic.
It was rescuing people. 911. That's like if
But
somebody texts you 911.
They drew out those stories so much.
I mean, what else are you going to do with a show called Rescue 911? Right? What else you guys... most people that are probably watching this don't even know what Rescue 911 is. And they're like, look at these old fogies that don't... They barely know how to tell time by the sun, let alone... We're talking about grandparents that are cobblestone workers and sundials and all kinds of stuff. We're in a whole different old people group. And we just solidified it by having a 5-minute conversation about Rescue 911.
It's true.
Well, William Shatner already looked like he was an older gentleman because he was. He's probably like 50 or something when this came out. If he's 93 now,
That's true. That's true.
that's what I think of. Like, here's the thing: if you can look back to like what that came out probably the late 80s, right? Something like that.
It was in the 90s.
You think so?
Rescue 911.
We'll look it up.
I'm looking it up now. Rescue 911 was like, you would watch it like on like Saturday early evenings.
It was on CBS at night. You know how I know that? 1994, you are right. It says CBS, so I did call the station because CBS was the old person. It had Matlock, had all that stuff. CBS was the old person station.
It aired starting in 89.
Okay, so... so I was 9 years old. What I'm saying is that when I was a kid, William Shatner is older than I still am now. That when you put it in that perspective, then it makes you not feel as old. That's the kind of things I do to keep myself thinking I'm young. What's the score on Rescue 911?
Top score is 97 million.
And what's mine?
63 million.
All right, come on. I got to rescue. This is like the late Gottlieb years. Whoa, look at that! I'm rescuing.
What year do you think William Shatner was born?
Let's see if he's 93, 1929.
1931.
Because I was going to say, my grandma would be around that age right now. She's born in 29, or was born.
Jeez. Do you know where he was born?
Canada somewhere.
Yeah, Montreal.
I know a lot about celebrity stuff, like actors and like where they're. Because I look at IMDb when I'm watching TV a lot. I'm like, where is this guy? What is he up to?
Yeah.
Now? Come on! I got to rescue. I've only rescued somebody. I haven't even rescued. I haven't even gotten to the 911 yet. They're on hold.
Oh.
I already got 911 multi-ball. Like, Gottlieb was so hurt for, like, licensing for pinball. They have 2 more balls to pick up.
I wish they had like his narration.
That they're like, we need a licensed table. Well, we got like $10,000. What can we do? He's like, my grandma likes to rescue 911. All right, well, let's make a pinball table on it.
Maybe like at 4:53.
The big thing is going to be the helicopter.
At 4:53, Nancy answered the call at the 911 center.
Like, why do we care about the 911 operator?
It was always about that. Like,
I know, you had to, because the actual emergency wasn't that big of a deal.
the reenactments is really.
They need to do more. The reenactments now and like documentaries and stuff are so fucking good. It's like watching a movie.
Yep.
They stepped it up too much. I don't want it to be real. The whole point of it is to dramatize it, so it has to look so fake. I'm like, they called fucking Spielberg in to fucking direct this dramatization. I don't know if a helicopter shakes the ground this much, but you know.
Yeah, when I was in a helicopter, it was
Wow.
a lot. No, it was quiet and smooth. I thought it would be a lot more like shaking around and no.
I mean, I'm sure it can be under certain conditions.
Sure.
But they are, when they fly helicopters, they're actually very careful about what conditions that do
It was
fly.
so smooth. The coolest thing about my helicopter experience was that you get in and you put like the big headphones on with like the microphone, and they totally played CCR, which is what you totally envision you should be listening to in a helicopter.
59 million, is that more than I have?
No, 63 million. Let's rescue some people. Cave-in rescue, flash flood, wildfires.
I didn't do any of the rescuing. God, we were just talking about how we hoped you were dead, and we had to
What?
rescue you in rescue
There's
911.
a hostage rescue here.
The 911 call is gonna come in and be like, for you, and then we're gonna get there in the helicopter and then realize it's you and then take back
Flipper
off.
button to release the bomb.
It's gonna be flight for death, not flight for life.
Flight for death. It's
The
terrible.
helicopter shoots you.
The death copter. Definitely don't want to ever be in a death copter. Did you ever watch ER? No?
I like procedurals, but I like police or like lawyer procedurals. I never got into the only medical procedural I ever watched was House.
House was so
Yeah,
good.
but House was like, cause he was such a dick. He was so
Yeah.
smart, but he was such a cool character.
Yes, yes.
And what's Hugh Laurie done since then? Absolutely nothing.
There was an episode of ER though.
George
That-
Clooney?
No, there's this episode. There's a kind of an asshole doctor that like they're going up to the rooftop because there's like a helicopter coming in, and he's like not paying attention and he like throws up his arms and the helicopter takes off his arm, and it was like this big moment. Nobody like saw it coming.
It took off the doctor's arms?
Yeah, took off his arm. Like the asshole doctor, he's like not paying attention because he's like yelling at somebody. It was this amazing moment. It was great.
So if anybody on here is old enough to have, I mean, actually wasn't that on for like 30 years or something?
It was on for a long time.
Wasn't it just pretty much replaced with Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, and then it got. I did not like that show.
It's still on. That's the Grey's Anatomy is still on, and whoever it's based on, Dr. Grey or whatever, she's not even in the show anymore.
What did I even get?
32.
32. 872.
Grey's Anatomy is a TV show, and Meredith Grey or whatever the heck the doctor is or the main character that it was based on has left and is since gone. So by law, they should have to change the name of the show. That's what Hollywood is striking about right now. I've hit the side of every ramp. There we go. Look how much it's shaking the ball. Come on. I blame Dr. Meredith Grey. I only know that because like it's been in the titles of articles, and I can remember that, but I can't remember what I ate for lunch yesterday. All right. I got the 911 call.
Topanga Canyon.
I don't think you're supposed to let it continually grab the ball. You're supposed to drop it somewhere. I just was reading it. I've saved 5 lives. What have you done, Twitch, today? I bet it's not 5. I bet you haven't saved 5 lives.
I'm such a disappointment.
Well, after the cobble, I don't think that everybody that was watching us left.
I've ruined your stream forever.
I gotta see, on the next break, I'm gonna see if anybody said anything about the Danny Fratelli pet. Whoa, look at my score!
Holy, wow.
That's number 1. Yes, and I'm glad I beat who's the person's score that I want to beat. Probably keeping her up at night.
I'm sure.
She took it very seriously. I mean, she did sometimes. But in the same way that I fakely take things seriously. Here it is. Call 911. Now what you gonna do with 2 balls?
I ask myself that frequently.
Oh, got it.
Jackpot.
I'm gonna get a rescue 911 score that no one, not even William Shatner can beat this score. He can't even get an honorary high score. Is that what that's when you're old enough to start getting honorary awards? They're like, you've made it this far in life. Here's an Oscar.
I love when they give like honorary degrees.
Lifetime achievement. I forget what it was years ago. Somebody was getting it. Can you put that in? Put it in.
What do you got?
All right, it's 130 trillion. 165.
Not letting me click. There, 165.
Hold on. Uh, 050 750. You have beaten the highest score of this game ever. It just said that. I'm going to actually clip that and use that for the rest of my life for everything.
Well done.
Hey, Dave, how's it going? Sorry, we got wrapped up with our Rescue 911 story. How's your Saturday going? It's going pretty good. Just playing some pinball. Gonna be playing some Mortal Kombat later. Switching over to our arcade.
That was so fast.
So Dave, tell it. Do you like pinball, virtual pinball, arcade games, PC games? What kind of games are you into? Oh, nice. What are some of your favorite pinball tables?
Med alert.
Isn't that like the one where I fall and I can't get up? Or is that Life Alert?
That's Life Alert.
It still had alert in the title.
That's what I need now. I'm old. I've proven that.
Well, list some. I'll list some of my favorite pinball tables. Street Fighter 2, Whodunit. Those. I like the Pirates of the Caribbean table. Total Nuclear Annihilation is super fun. Medieval Madness is another one that I really like. AC/DC is a table I really like as well. There's a lot of tables. I guess as soon as you start listing them, you start realizing that how many there actually are that you like. We just got to try out the new Venom table earlier this week at our local arcade. So that was cool. It was a fun table. We didn't get to play it for very long. There was like a long line. So the people in front of us, unfortunately, were kind of rude, and they played, I think they put like $50 in the pinball machine.
So quick. See my score. Hook and ladder. 56, 6, 5, 8, 2, 9. 56, 6, 5, 8.
I got one more shot on this table, and so we need to see, so I don't know, because we usually play tables 3 times each before we move on to a different table. I don't know, I'd be curious to know how many times have we beaten like the top score, and then on a turn within those 3 turns continue to get a higher score. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's happened or not.
Evil Knievel
Oh, okay.
and Flash.
Oh, Flash Gordon.
Flash. Oh.
Those definitely some old school tables, late 70s, early well, Gordon came out in 80, so what, probably 81, 82? Embryon also. All right, so you really like the 80s, the like late 70s, early 80s tables?
Yeah.
Nice.
80s.
We'll pick one of those tables and we'll play it next. Any of those 80s tables. I don't know if we have every single one, but we do have a lot of them. Those 80s tables require just such a level of skill too. There's not a lot of ball saves, but the art, the hand-drawn art on them is just so awesome. You know, like heavy metal, all that stuff came out then.
Yeah.
You know, like as a lot of them have that type of art. That's really cool.
Laser War.
Okay.
Dave loves Laser War.
Okay. I'll see if we have Laser War. We'll play that next for you. If not, do you have a backup just in case? Wow, I just lost that multi-ball.
Flash. He wants to see Flash.
I think the Flash that I have is a mod where it replaced the sounds from the movie. I think it's a sound mod. Oh, wow. Okay. That was a weird save right there. Well, speaking of Gottlieb, since that's whose table we're playing, had a much better 80s, much better 80s than they did 90s. That's for sure. I mean, I do like their Street Fighter table. It's just the graphics and art on it just are not great, but it's a very fun table. Here it comes. Okay, got the ball locked. Call 911, that's what you want. In case of emergency, maybe you don't want to call 911. And what kind of person are you then? We also do a lot of classic arcade games on our arcade setup, which obviously you can't see right now, but over here we have our arcade. So we do a lot of high score challenges we probably have about 200 games that are for high score challenges. We have way more games than that, but that we do high score stuff, usually during the week. Right now, obviously the big game release is Mortal Kombat, so kind of play a little bit of everything. Our own little private barcade. Oh, come on. Come on, Shatner. He went to space, but he can't save me from getting... Whoa, wait, what was my high score?
Yours is 165 million.
Oh, okay, yeah, 130. I mean, at least it's within the same realm.
Yeah.
All right, your last turn.
See how many people I can kill. I mean, save.
So we did a 90s night or themed stream not that long ago. So we'll be doing a 80s stream here before the end of the year. So that will feature nothing but 80s pinball tables, arcade games, console stuff. So that'll be fun. I need to get the sides of my hair cut again, but I did cut it back into a hawk-ish. Thicker though, like wider, so I can do more with it. I can do some pompadour. I can do a lot with it. Woo, yeah. So do you stream, Dave, too, or are you just a viewer? Either way, definitely appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I've heard. We've only been doing it. Kim right now, who's playing, she's just filling in for. I have a co-host. His name's Dead Ed, and he has had some stuff going on recently, so he hasn't been on stream for the last couple of weeks, but he'll be back next week after a hiatus. We've all had COVID as well, so we didn't stream for a month. So I think maybe 3 months solid of streaming, like of actual streaming, would you say that I've done? If we take out the COVID and whatever stuff that happened. Yeah, another one of our friends had COVID, and on my birthday in late July, we went out to the local barcade downtown here in Denver, and he wasn't feeling that well, but he didn't know it was COVID, and come the next day, he was starting to feel really sick, and he tested positive, and everybody in our group got sick, so I wasn't able to stream for a while. So what kind of stuff do you usually stream, Dave? Or when you did stream? Well, not as much as I used. Mainly pinball? So do you have, do you own real tables, or you got virtual, or? Oh, nice. Yeah, we have pinball effects on here as well. Pinball Effects 3. I haven't gotten any of the new, although there are some cool new tables. Just because this setup that we have on this full size one, it's got like all the toys and solenoids and the full setup, and they haven't gotten that implemented yet. At least the person who makes that, which is not Pinball Effects related, but so I'm waiting for that. But we do have full feedback and lighting and everything for our Pinball Effects tables, which is cool.